Be careful. Something serious is going on with you. A doctor is about to meet you very soon, but not for what you think. It's not a routine visit. It's not even about medicine. It's about what they saw inside your scans. Something that isn't physical but powerful. Don't ignore this message. They already know what you've tried to hide. You've been strong for too long. Now your body is asking for the truth you refuse to admit. What they found isn't an illness. It's a memory hiding in your chest, swollen and silent. The ache in your ribs isn't pain. It's a buried scream echoing from your past. You weren't tired. You were slowly becoming invisible to yourself. The doctor won't fix you, but they might show you where you broke. Something inside you gave up before your face ever did. You smiled in the waiting room, but your blood held secrets your mouth never confessed. Healing isn't about medicine, it's about finally telling the truth. You thought it was nothing, but the machines found something you've ignored for years. There's something living in your silence, and it's louder than your words. When they looked at your chart, they paused, not because they didn't know, but because they did. You've been treated for symptoms, but the root was always emotional. The pain that won't leave has a name, and it's not in any textbook. Your health didn't fail. Your denial did. The prescription won't work unless your soul agrees to heal. They found something that doesn't show on scans, but it's in every breath you take. That lump you feel isn't just physical. It's every unspoken goodbye trapped. Some illnesses don't come to destroy, they come to demand attention. What the doctor saw was only the surface. The real issue lies beneath your ability to pretend. They called it fatigue, but it was grief wearing a new outfit. Your body is screaming what your voice has silenced for years. This isn't the first warning. It's just the loudest one yet. Even your heartbeat is changing rhythm, trying to tell you something you keep ignoring. The tests say one thing, but your soul is saying another. The worst illness is the one you convince yourself isn't real. You didn't collapse from weakness. You collapsed from carrying too much. The doctor won't say it out loud, but the fear in their eyes says enough. You're not broken. You're burdened. You didn't just get sick. You stopped listening. Healing isn't about curing. It's about coming back to yourself. If pain were visible, you'd be covered in bruises shaped like memories. The real diagnosis? You've been running from yourself. The scans were clear, but the truth? Not so much. You didn't ask for this, but your body couldn't keep it secret any longer. Every missed meal was a silent cry. The real emergency isn't in your blood, it's in your boundaries. You've been lying to your body with every forced smile. They won't tell you everything, but they know it's deeper than physical. You didn't collapse randomly. You unraveled on schedule. Every suppressed emotion has a timestamp, and yours just expired. Your fatigue has a personality. It's trying to protect you. The scans lit up like a battlefield. But the war started long before the symptoms. You've been asking for help through symptoms. It's not just exhaustion, it's emotional bankruptcy. That lump in your throat wasn't just emotional. It was ancestral. They saw something in your eyes, not your labs. The MRI was clean, but your energy wasn't. You were never just tired, you were unhealed. That pressure in your chest isn't medical. It's the weight of unsaid things. You didn't need a doctor. You needed permission to feel. The hospital wasn't the start. Your silence was. You passed every test, except the one where you had to ask for help. The diagnosis is just a mirror. You didn't break. You bent too far, too long. Your nervous system knows what your brain denies. The results weren't shocking. Your lifestyle was. Not every fever is from infection. Some are from internal fire. That racing heart? It's not caffeine. It's unresolved survival mode. The doctor didn't treat you like a patient. They treated you like a mystery. You thought you had anxiety, but it was a memory trying to resurface. Every symptom was a breadcrumb. They checked your lungs, but missed your soul. You're not deteriorating. You're decoding. The healing begins when the pretending ends. You thought it was just stress, but your body says otherwise. Your blood, carry stories, not just cells. They measured your pressure, but not your pain. That dizziness isn't dehydration. It's disconnection. The numbness wasn't neurological. It was emotional armor. The results scared them because you've been ignoring this for years. They gave you medicine, but didn't ask about your past. You kept asking, "What's wrong with me?" The answer is, "What happened to you?" They saw the shadow in your scan and the sadness in your smile. You wore health like a mask. You've been treating symptoms and avoiding the source. You didn't overreact. You've been underheard. You weren't dramatic. You were desperate. The real illness? Suppression. Your immune system isn't weak, it's exhausted. This wasn't sudden. It was slow, ignored erosion. What they found wasn't new, just finally visible. The illness has a message. Come home to yourself. You've been a stranger in your own skin. That stomach pain? You've been swallowing too much for too long. You've been fighting a war your body never agreed to. You don't need a diagnosis. You need validation. The emergency began when you stopped resting. They asked you to rate your pain. You couldn't because it's constant. You've normalized the unbearable. The doctor may not say it, but your story is urgent. You're not being weak. You're being human. They saw something unusual, but they don't know your past. Your tears have been collecting inside your cells. What hurts isn't the symptom. It's the silence. Your skin holds more than scars. It holds secrets. The treatment plan can't begin until you stop pretending. The illness might be rare, but your story isn't. You're not alone in this, but you are the only one who can face it. Your soul is trying to break through your biology. The body doesn't betray. It reports. The dizziness isn't lack of balance. It's lack of grounding. They missed it for years, but now it's undeniable. Your throat hurts because of what you never said. You've been walking on fractured bones, emotionally. The pain is intelligence. What you feel is real, even if others can't name it. The doctor can't explain it, but you can feel it. The report came back unclear, but your intuition is crystal clear. The real disease is silence. You needed a listener, not just a lab tech. They gave you a prescription, but it's your permission that will heal you. Your body held on longer than it should have. There's a reason you're reading this right now. You don't need to push through. You need to pause. Your body is doing everything it can to survive you. The pain isn't punishing you. It's pointing you. You didn't break in one moment. You fractured over years. They only saw the surface, but you feel the depth. You thought your heart was racing. It was warning you. This isn't coincidence. It's culmination. You weren't built to endure forever. You can't medicate a memory. The healing will hurt, but so did hiding. You don't need to be brave. You need to be honest. Something sacred is asking for your attention. Be careful. Something serious is going on with you. A doctor is about to meet you very soon, but not for the reasons you think. This isn't about prescriptions. It's about revelation. They've seen something hidden inside you that even you didn't notice. Don't skip this before it finds you first. Your silence has been showing symptoms long before your body did. Sometimes the sickness isn't in your blood. It's in what you keep ignoring. The body remembers pain you've silenced for years. You've been bleeding emotionally through a smile, but someone finally noticed. A diagnosis can't always be seen on paper. Some truths show up in presence. What they found wasn't just physical. It was spiritual, buried under your skin. The moment you stopped feeling was the moment something began growing inside. The doctor isn't coming to fix you. They're coming to warn you. What if your fatigue wasn't tiredness, but trauma wearing a new mask? There are wounds that sleep inside your bones, and they're waking up. The human body doesn't lie. Yours has been screaming in silence. You thought you were just tired. They thought you were disappearing. Your test results came with a whisper, not a shout. Healing doesn't always begin with medicine. Sometimes it begins with exposure. The worst symptoms are the ones you got used to. You've normalized chaos in your body, but it's starting to speak up. The scans didn't show fear, but the eyes reading them did. Not every illness is visible. Some haunt your nervous system like ghosts. The real diagnosis isn't in the data. It's in the disconnect between who you are and who you pretend to be. Your heartbeat tells a story your mouth never could. The pain you hide is mapping a path no X-ray can follow. You weren't sleeping. You were shutting down. The way your body aches is the way your soul begs. Not all diseases want to kill you. Some want to keep you half alive. The numbness you feel is intelligence. It's your body going quiet for survival. The doctor looked at you like they'd seen this before, and it didn't end well. What you thought was routine could become a turning point. You smiled at the checkup, but the results frowned back. They won't tell you everything yet, because they're still trying to believe it. The test didn't reveal something new. It confirmed what your intuition whispered long ago. They called you brave, but they don't know how long you've been carrying it. Your health isn't failing. It's responding to a life lived under pressure. The most dangerous illness is hopelessness disguised as fatigue. You didn't need a second opinion. You needed someone to hear what you didn't say. Every pill they gave couldn't touch what's hiding in your soul. The MRI didn't blink, but the doctor did. You thought the pain was normal. That was your biggest symptom. Some bodies are so used to pain, they stop signaling danger. The illness isn't what's killing you. It's the delay in acknowledging it. There's a reason your chest feels tight when you're fine. You treated the symptoms, but the cause stayed. If the truth hurts, imagine what hiding it does. Your results weren't just read. They were studied in silence. You're not falling apart. You're being shown what needs to be rebuilt. Every breakdown was a message you silenced with caffeine and optimism. You weren't lazy. You were inflamed, internally fighting battles no one saw. It's not in your head. It's in your nervous system. The doctor didn't speak right away. That was the real diagnosis. They looked at your scan like it held a secret. Your strength made the illness patient. You didn't miss the signs. You misunderstood them. Your breath shortens when truth approaches. You thought you were healing, but some pain just hides deeper. Every missed symptom was a lie told to protect comfort. They didn't say, "You'll be okay." They said, "We'll do what we can." You're one appointment away from a completely different version of yourself. The body only shouts when you've ignored its whispers too long. The pain you've managed was never meant to be permanent. You're not being punished. You're being paused. It's not a diagnosis. It's a redirection. The ache in your bones has a name, but more importantly, a message. The moment you sat in the waiting room, the energy shifted. That scan wasn't blurry. Your future is. Healing isn't about avoiding pain. It's about understanding it. Some parts of you got tired of waiting to be prioritized. The problem isn't your body. It's the world you adapted to. A healthy smile can still mask dying hope. Your illness knows you've been ignoring it. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening. They're not giving you medicine. They're giving you time. You may not need surgery, but you do need surrender. That's sleeplessness. It's your body staging a protest. You weren't supposed to feel this tired at this age. Not all healing is physical. Some starts when you break emotionally. That moment when the doctor paused, that was your life holding its breath. You kept going. That's why your body had to stop you. The prescription might fix your body, but only truth heals the root. Some aches aren't fixable, but they are understandable. What's hiding in your health is trying to get your attention. You're not falling apart. You're being realigned. The tests came back, but your story is still being written. The healing starts the moment you admit something's wrong. The diagnosis is not the end, it's the instruction. Don't fear the result. Fear not listening to it. The sooner you face it, the longer you live in truth. Your heartbeat changed. So did the plan. You thought it was a cold. It was your body grieving. Every breath now matters. More than ever. That appointment wasn't an accident. It was a wake-up call. There's still time, but not as much as you think. The real illness was never in your blood. it was in your boundaries. Even if it's serious, your spirit is still stronger. You weren't careless. You were overwhelmed. The pain came to teach you something urgent. This is not the end. It's the unveiling. Be scared, but act anyway. The treatment begins with telling the truth. You didn't miss your chance. You just paused too long. If you let yourself rest, you'll begin to recover. Your future just took a new direction. Don't fight it. They found something, but you still have the power to choose. This illness isn't a punishment. It's a message. Let your body speak. It's wiser than your excuses. When your breath feels heavy, listen closely. It's okay to cry before healing. You've done what you could. Now, let others help. Don't wait for it to get worse. Act now. You're not weak. You're human. Let the healing happen, even if it hurts first. You owe your body an apology and a fresh start. The pain may be part of your story, but it doesn't own your ending. You're stronger than the name they gave your diagnosis. The doctor is just the beginning. You are the solution. The worst symptom is silence. Sometimes healing means breaking first. Your body has been trying to tell you what your mouth never could. You are still worth the fight. Health isn't just survival, it's clarity. Something is wrong, but that doesn't mean all is lost. It's not too late to change your ending. This isn't your fault, but it is your responsibility. There's nothing brave about ignoring the pain. The body you've been ignoring needs you now. They said it's rare. That means it needs you even more.